You know, my mama used to say that every spring you wake up brand new. Oh, I love those. Those are like what I call perpetual motion earrings. They're really hard to find. They're hard to search for, and they're hard to find. They're so nice. I have been on the hunt all day for just the right shoe. Oh, I love these too. It's a funny thing, you know, when you find yourself single and all your girlfriends are married. The invitations, at least for me, got less and less until they got to be nothing at all. Everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I'm so glad you came back to see me. You know what? I have wanted to do this video on drugstore foundation for so long. I mean, I have tried every foundation from the drugstore I think that exists. And I thought some of my experiences, you know, might help you along. If you're out, you know, in the market for a new foundation, and you know, maybe some of my experiences with all these foundations, you know, might do you some good. So, you want to talk about foundations today? Okay, let's do that. First off, let me tell you a little bit about me and my skin. I am 62 years old and I have combination skin. I am Italian. And I never spent a lot of time in the sun, but I did smoke for a very, very long time. And my problem area is around my eye area and discoloration in my cheek area and my chin area. And I guess my strong suit would be is I have wrinkles, but not deep wrinkles, not yet. So in the drugstore, so many of these foundations fall into the same category of who cares. But there are standouts. There are a few that are so bad that I feel that I really want to tell you about my experiences with them. And I feel that there are just a handful, just a few that are so good that I also want to tell you about my experiences with them. You know, I've tried a lot of bad foundations the last couple years, but nothing has quite offended me as much as the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I believe it's pretty new. I tried it last month. I tried it for a couple days. I know that I like Wet n Wild. I love it that they're a company that gives us affordable products, and some of them are absolutely excellent. For me, this makeup, for me, was a little bit insulting. It smells like paint. It smells like turpentine. So that's as far as I could really get, because if it smells that bad, it makes me nervous about putting something like that on my skin. I work really hard on my skin, and to put something that smells like battery acid on my face, I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. The makeup, the skin tone, the match was so good, and it blended like a dream, and it looked really nice after I applied it. I applied it over a primer with a beauty blender, and it did look very, very nice until about the 3-hour mark. And then it started to cling to a little bit of a dry patch I have here, and it started to find every pore I had. It started to actually lift off my face. So not only did I feel like my skin was in danger, I looked absolutely atrocious. I was embarrassed. I just thought it was awful. So and it also oxidized on me. So it became darker as the day went on. I know that there are many of you out there that really love this foundation, and that's great. That's fine. I think all that means is that, you know, for my age and for my skin type and for my chemistry, Wet n Wild, this foundation absolutely does not work. It does not work. The next foundation that was a complete disaster for me was the Milani 2-in-1, 3-in-1, I don't care how many ones. It was just a disaster for me. And this is supposed to be a dupe for the Clinique, is it Beyond Perfecting? Something like that, the very popular Clinique foundation. This is supposed to be a dupe for it. Well, I haven't tried that, but I did sure try this, and I tried this for a couple weeks trying to get it to work, but the undertones were way too yellow for me, and no matter how thin I put it on, it just looked like I had just a face full of caked up makeup. It found every line, every pore. It aged me, and I really truly hated it. My next disaster was the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. And this foundation, they say, is a dupe for the high-end HD foundation, Makeup Forever, which I have. And it really, I feel it really is true. They are very, very similar. So what I found most similar about this and the HD foundation is that it goes on really beautiful and you get no coverage. But you feel like you have a lot of makeup on, but you don't because there's no coverage. Okay, so now I want to tell you about my 3 very favorite makeups from the drugstore that I love. And I love all 3 of them. But first off, a little bit of a caveat. My very favorite foundation for a very long time was Circa. They're not making Circa anymore, or it would have made my top 3. So you can't buy Circa from Walgreens anymore. You can't buy it from their own website. So Circa was one of the finest foundations I've ever used, and I'm going to miss it a lot. So I narrowed it down to 3 foundations that I absolutely love. And number 3 is the Rimmel foundation, the 25-hour long-lasting wear. Some people say it's a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but this is an amazing foundation. I see this foundation so many places reviewed in such a wonderful way. Even Wayne Goss loves this foundation. It only comes in 7 shades and retails for $7.99. One of the things that I love about this makeup so much is how it matches my skin tone. But it is a shame that it only comes in 7 shades. I cannot figure that out. But it's a wonderful foundation. It blends like a dream. I don't build it up on days where, you know, I want a more natural look, even though it is full coverage to me. It just feels so light on my skin, and it gives me such an even, warm tone. Never finds my fine lines or pores. I can trust it. I know that 6 hours after I put this makeup on, it's going to look just like, you know, the way it did when I first put it on. So I'm very, very pleased with this makeup. And what's really interesting about Rimmel is they have another foundation. They kind of sell these together, and this is a much cheaper one. Now this one's only $7.99, so I don't know what this one is, you know, but it's cheaper. Well, this does not work as a foundation. It's dreadful. But what it is great for is using it a little bit underneath your eyes. If you're right in between, like, oh, you don't want to add concealer, but you really need a little something, what should you put there? This is fantastic. beautiful tone, and it's so lightweight, and you can just tap it in there where your shadow is. And it's not strong enough to really overtake any other part of your face, if that makes sense. You gals would know what I mean. But I think this is kind of a really neat hack. So if you have bought this and thought, oh, this is a terrible foundation, which, you know, it probably is. I think it is. It's not good. But it's wonderful for the touch-up, for the highlight, and especially under the eye area. So the second place winner for my very favorite drugstore foundation is the Fit Me Dewy Foundation. An absolutely fantastic foundation that I think you will love and grow to appreciate even more and more as you get older. Now, they say this is a dupe, let's see, a dupe for the MAC Studio Fix foundation. But what I so love about this foundation is it does come in so many shades, and you can find your shade, and it is your skin but better. So everything that I was looking for in a foundation, I can find with this foundation. I can just apply it so lightly for a wonderful natural look, or I can build it up just a little bit, you know, for a more refined look in the evening. But I can't say enough wonderful things about it. Even coverage, and it lasts. It does not go into my fine lines and pores. You know, I can put it on. It's not going to embarrass me. It's going to look really, really good in the sunlight. So I love it, and I think you would too.
All these empty faces talking about problems, I don't care. I can't wait till sundown, cause my body's aching. I just wanna dance, I just wanna dance. Don't you wanna party? Standing in the crowd, feeling heartbeat, everybody's carefree.
But after trying all those foundations and CC creams and BB creams over the years, I have to say my very, very favorite right now is the L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation. And I tell you what, they say that this is a dupe for the Kat Von D Lock-It. Now, I have not tried Kat Von D's Lock-It foundation, but if this truly is a dupe, then that is a fantastic foundation, because this is a fantastic foundation if you are an older woman. And there's so many things that I want to say about it. I really don't even know where to begin. It does run light, so you need to go up a shade or two to have one match for you. I'm usually an 03, and what I have here is an 04 and an 06. And the reason I have these two shades is because I like to apply the lighter foundation here and here and here. And then the darker foundation I use in my cheek area and around just kind of the rim of my jaw. It is full coverage. It comes out like a mousse. And I think I've shown it in videos before, but it comes out kind of like a gray, muddy, yucky mousse, and you look at it and go, yeah, I'm going to put that on my face. But the way that it sets up, it matches your skin tone, and I blend it with my fingers or with a damp beauty blender, and it starts to, as you start moving it around your face, it starts to set up, and it's exciting because you like look in the mirror and it's like, wow, it's like I've turned back the clock 20 years. Where'd all my flaws go? So it's kind of an emotional thing for me. Isn't that silly? But it's such a beautiful foundation, and it just makes me feel like $1,000,000. And so it evens out my skin tone. I can trust it. 5 or 6 hours later, it's not going to be in my pores at all. It's not going to be in my fine lines at all. It's not going to be melting off my face. I don't find any strange fragrance. It's just beautiful. No oxidation. It's just, I can't say enough wonderful things about it. And I think, you know, if I like it this much, you might like it too.
All these empty faces talking about problems, I don't care. I can't wait till sundown, cause my body's aching. I just wanna dance, I just wanna dance. Don't you wanna party? Standing in the crowd, feeling heartbeat, everybody's carefree, everybody's carefree. Don't you wanna party? Standing in the crowd, feeling heartbeat.
Here we go, we've got the Rimmel, we've got the Fit Me, we've got the L'Oreal Total Cover. These are my very favorite foundations. These are foundations where I can use and they make me feel good about myself, and I can trust them, and I really, really like them, and I think if I like them, you'll like them too. And I especially like them because they allow me to be able to leave the house. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I loved every minute of it. So I hope you have a wonderful new week, and when you're done with your week, I hope you come back and see me in Cooper, okay? Okay.
My mama used to say that every spring you wake up brand new. But you know, I've come to believe that every day we wake up brand new. And every day that we choose to give instead of receive, I think it gets us one step closer to the happiness that can be so elusive. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down. A time to be born, a time to die. A time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, turn. A time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together.